I am going to spell this video out for you today, and I'm talking just a little slower so you'll focus on what I'm saying, and I'm driving engagement and attention. And I know it's actually really important in the beginning of a video. I'm supposed to be doing something wacky, but anyway, I'm actually going to fluff your biscuits up today, boys and girls. Here's the coolest thing, the coolest video ever on YouTube. I know I'm giving it to you guys for free, and you also get to watch the video for free. We need to talk about this Lillie card. The Sun and Moon Full Art Lillie Extra Battle Day promo. That's it. The one that sold for over $100,000. Yeah, that card right there. That card is rare. There are only 175 PSA 10s for that Full Art Lillie. That is a rare card. Okay, it's easy to grade, but it is a rare card. This is the point in the video where a lot of people stop talking about it because, again, they either don't know, they're ignorant to the information, they're lazy. It does take effort to look things up, especially nowadays with just, access to internet and everything. I get it. You got to reach all the way down into your pocket and pull your phone out, and then you've got to, swipe, and then it's got to face recognize you. And if it's early in the morning and you look like this, you got to wake your eyes up and everything. And then you have to go all the way at the bottom of your phone if it's anything like mine, and you got to click on Google Chrome or Safari or whatever. And then you got to wait for that to load, the 0.3 seconds. And then after the 0.3 seconds of its loading, then you actually have to type in whatever your question is into Google or Bing if you're weird. And then you've got to wait after you're trying to figure out what your question is. Then you have to hope that it understood what your question was. And if you weren't dumb enough to put it in wrong, then you have to go searching through information, mounds of information, and hope that some of it's accurate. And you don't even know if it's accurate because there's nothing to compare it to. So I get it. It can be tough sometimes, but you know what? I'm here today. So here's some more information that you're not gonna know what to do with, but you know what? It's more information. You're welcome. So there are 175 of these cards. All right. So let's think about, just for a second, let's try to compare this to some other things. Well, I happen to know the market cap for this particular Lillie card because a lot of people have been talking about it. It's been driving a lot of attention. It demands attention because of the dollar amount that's associated with it, what we've been seeing with the boom on the Japanese side of the Pokemon market, and the waves and ripple effects that we're seeing across other parts in the hobby as well. So it's a fascinating time right now. It's really exciting. I'm seeing more people ask questions. There's lots of engagement on the Japanese side for Pokemon, and then you can see that affect the English market as well to a certain degree. And what is fascinating is, at least on the free YouTube space, I don't see people talking about this, and that's a shame. So we're gonna fix that today. We're fixing it. We're fixing it. Here's the cool part. And if you watch this long, then congratulations. I'm giving you this information earlier rather than later because I know you might be thinking, Zach, it already took several minutes for us to get to this point in the video. Yes, but if you know anything about my other videos, I usually wait till the very end before I hit you with some pretty good info. In my opinion, I'm biased, yes, but am I right? Where was I going with that? The pop count for Lillie and the market cap. So, did you know that the market cap for this particular Lillie card, 175 of these cards, by the way, really easy to grade, by the way. They're rare, I've been told. They are, and I was gonna say kind of rare. They are kind of rare, comparatively. Did you know? Let's keep it all Japanese. Let's keep it on the Japanese side here. Let's compare umbrellas to umbrellas, if we will. On the Japanese side, did you know, back in the day, it was a little while ago, maybe a little bit older than some of you watching even, this would have been back in 2001, so this would have been 18 years before that 2019 Sun and Moon Full Art Lillie. Yes, 2019. So this would have been 18 years before that. So, and in nowadays numbers, you're looking at more than 2 decades old. There is a set called, what was it actually called? Was it Neo 4? It was Neo 4 on the Japanese side. And I was trying to think of which card I wanted to talk about first. We'll talk about it was a Shining Charizard. Some of you might have even heard of this card before. It's really old though. Nobody really cares about it, I guess, because there are only 59 PSA 10s of this particular card, and the market cap is lower than that of this modern day Lillie card. There are less dollars plowed into this particular card than that Lillie card. I'm going to say that again because people aren't freaking getting it. There are less Shining Charizards on the Japanese side in PSA 10 than there are of this Lillie card. There's a lower market cap. You could have bought one at the end of last year for $15,000 in a PSA 10. And they are hard to grade. Okay, now let's think for a second here. Let's look over to the Lugias. This would have been from Neo, all right? So you're stepping it back a notch here. Talking about Lugia. I'm talking about Charizard, and I'm talking about Lugia. I'm not talking about some schmoopski Pokemon over here, all right? Now, there are a little over 500 of those Lugias last time I checked, all right? And these particular cards, if I told you, in a PSA 10, would you even believe me if I told you you could get this card that's over 2 decades old? You could get this Lugia card from 2000 in a PSA 10 for under $1,000. I know that there's only a few of you who know that. And I know almost all of us aren't even acting on that. So something has to give here. Something has to give. Something will give. And this is what's driving me nuts because I'm not seeing this conversation. So hopefully someone watches this video and they either get, I don't know, maybe perturbed by my personality. They think I'm stupid. I hope so because we need more conversation around this. I'm getting a little psyched up here, boys and girls. On this particular topic, here's a great example. Let's make it really simple. Let's make it really simple. These Lillie cards in particular, they will come down drastically, or these older vintage Pokemon cards will absolutely skyrocket. That is what will happen. This is the point that we're at now. We're seeing extreme dissonance, which is great in the market. That means there's an opportunity. There will be millions of dollars made, and there will be millions of dollars lost during this time period. It's just a matter of what side of that bill that you want to be on. And there are a lot of reasons, unfortunately, that are outside of our control that we would never be able to guess, know, act on, whatever the case. Let me check that. I'm still recording at this point. Okay, good. I've been recording a lot lately, and I just need to make sure I'm clearing the data out every now and again. So, does that make sense? There are more Lillie cards than the Shining Charizard. There are more of these Lillie cards than these older Lugias. And both of those cards, the Shining Charizard and that Lugia, they're harder to grade too. And they're older, and they're super iconic Pokemon. Super duper iconic, right? You're talking about Shining Charizard, right? So I didn't pick just any year Charizard, right? And the market cap is larger for that silly Lillie card than both of those cards. Both of them. So something has to give. Something will give. And I wanted to let you know how I'm looking at this side of the market. And I know, and it's crazy, so many people just don't talk about this specifically in the market. And gosh, there are an endless amount of things that you can talk about, and everyone's talking about 151. Heck, I just made a video about 151. There's nothing wrong about that. But I was like, man, where's the meat and potatoes at, dude? I'm hungry over here. I'm tired of just eating chocolate all day. Chocolate's fine. Nothing against chocolate. But me personally, I prefer ice cream. That's a me thing though. Like, I like going to Dairy Queen specifically. I actually prefer the, what is it, the Royal New York cheesecakes. It's got like strawberry in it, like the Blizzards at Dairy Queen. That is really good. And if you haven't had one of those, well, first of all, shame on you if you've had the opportunity to. And then second of all, you need to get your booty over to Dairy Queen and you need to experience that. Like, and if you don't have a Dairy Queen in your country or state or whatever, I'm sorry, you're going to have to fly and take care of that immediately. So hopefully this is, I don't know, a different enough video in like comparison with data. And I get it, guys. Like, it's tough. Like, if I wasn't making videos, I wouldn't be looking at the market in this particular way all of the time. That's a really good thing, that video making has made me a better researcher, and that part does stink, right? Like, I don't like always having to research certain niche corners of the market. Sometimes that's fun, and there's some days, man, where I just want to chill and I just want to do nothing. Like, I just want to pick my nose on my couch and like take a nap. Like, but instead, I'm in here talking to my phone like a crazy man. And sometimes I have the windows. I sometimes have my blinds twisted open, and people will just be walking by and be like, there's that crazy dude talking to himself again. Oh, it's great. It makes me feel really good. Like, you might be able to catch it sometimes in my videos. Like, I'll do this, and I'm like, oh, there's someone else who thinks I'm crazy. But not today. We didn't have that today, so today's a good day. All right, so here at the very end, if you stuck out through all that nonsense, thank you so much. I hope this brings value to your life. I hope that you're enjoying the hobby. There are so many ways that we can look at this, guys. So what am I looking at this in particular? Like, so what's my takeaway from this? What do I realistically think will happen? So I know I said it would kind of be one or the other, and I think in another video I said, like, it has to be this or that. Like, obviously I have to get clicks and views and this and that. So of course it's more nuanced than that. But on the market side of things, I realistically expect this Lillie to pull back to planet Earth at some point. It's too extreme. It's way too extreme. There are simply better older Pokemon cards that are relevant that are going for substantially lower amounts. And there are fewer of those cards as well. And the market just hasn't figured that out yet. And we're going to really talk about that in the podcast that is either going to be probably right before or right after this video in the upload sequence. So I expect the Lillies to pull back substantially. And then I also expect a rise over time. I'll call it that, a rise over time in these older vintage Japanese type Pokemon. I expect that with Pokemon across the board, to be frank. I'm not going to lie, as far as investing in stocks go, I look at investing in any Pokemon cards as investing in just the Pokemon company as a whole. And then, yeah, I can diversify within Pokemon, like by investing in different languages and products and sets and this and that, and that's great. So I do look at it as that, but I'm not naive enough to think that I'm diversifying. When I say I'm diversifying, obviously it's within the context of the incredibly esoteric space of Pokemon cardboard investing, right? So I diversify across different avenues, like what we just discussed, but I'm still contributing to my normal retirement accounts, and that is what I used to recommend to other people as well. For this channel, you guys take away whatever bits and pieces that you want from here, and if you just want to spit on my name, that's cool too. But I guess I want to show like where my brain's at, and what kind of cards I have been looking at and will continue to look at. And I think there's just massive potential for the context of this video, on the Japanese side. I mean, look at the Diamond and Pearl era, look at Level X's, look at Primes. Like, there are way too many cards that are way too old, that are way too cool, that will resonate with people when they find out about them, which they will at some point. When they find out about them, man, I think we're going to see some pretty great growth. And I do expect my Pokemon investments to outperform. I do. I'm hoping, right? I have to do fingers crossed here because you never know. You truly don't. I'm expecting Pokemon to outperform a lot of my investments over the next decade here. I truly do. I think we're just at a totally different spot in life. The macro landscape has changed. Sure, as of the uploading of this video, we're looking at a pivot by the Fed on the United States side of things. The Japanese market, stock market in general, is a completely different beast. And then you sprinkle in, we'll call it, the Chinese market. So you introduce the biggest market in the world to this IP. And how do we expect that to affect pricing moving forward? Do I think that's going to impact not only the Japanese market where they're close neighbors, do I also see that affecting the English version of this product as well, this IP? Yes, abso-spankin-lutely. So yeah, hopefully this video was kind of fun to listen to. Maybe informative, maybe not. Hopefully for some people it was. But I think there's way too much being overlooked in this hobby right now. And this is why, this is another angle as to why I think Modern is just absolutely in a bubble right now. And I'm not saying a bubble in the sense of I am expecting just a cataclysmic collapse across the board. I'm not expecting that necessarily. On the Japanese side, things are too hot and heavy and thick and wet and wild. But I think for English and Japanese, there's a lot of opportunity. It just depends like what you're trying to look at. Again, yeah, opportunity cost, blah, blah. Everybody knows that by this point. People aren't talking about this as much, and I get it. It's cool to talk about, man, new Obsidian Flames leaks. That's cool, but it's not intellectually stimulating for me, so I can only talk about that stuff so much before I have to, like I said, just get to the real crux of it here, in my opinion. So again, if that jives with you, hopefully it does. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe and watch another one of my videos. And until next time. And if you look at these sets, some of these modern cards specifically, they be bussin'. Bussin' means like hungry or like food or something though, doesn't it? Oh, that wasn't trendy.